Today, with your support and the support of millions of people throughout our country, we begin a political revolution to transform our country economically, politically, socially, and environmentally. Today, we stand here and say loudly and clearly, enough is enough. This great nation and its government belong to all of the people and not to a handful of billionaires.
Well, if
anyone disagree with Bernie Sanders at the table?
If Elizabeth Warren won't do it, Bernie Sanders will.
I think he's great. That was Bernie Sanders announcing his presidential bid in Burlington, Vermont yesterday. It was beautiful.
Let's bring in Chuck Todd. Chuck, Bernie lit it up yesterday.
It's going to be interesting to watch Bernie's announcement and compare it to what Martin O'Malley's going to do in Baltimore on Saturday. I think Bernie looked like he had a lot of enthusiasm around him. It's very possible Bernie is the chief challenger to Hillary and not Martin O'Malley. Bernie's going to have $8, $10, $12 million at the end of the quarter. Martin O'Malley may have a third of that.
What space do they fill? Like, could they possibly could each take a different?
No, I don't think so. I think they're both.
Hillary?
I think they're both trying for that same, what they believe is the same opening, right? Which is this progressive wing where, you know, you could see Hillary Clinton seems a bit uncomfortable tacking to the left. She's trying, but you can see that it's not in her comfort zone. I mean, just watch her on this trade deal, right? She's been doing gymnastics with it.
Would Hillary Clinton do this? Here's Bernie Sanders making bold calls to the financial industry.
It is time to break up the largest financial institutions in this country. Wall Street cannot continue to be an island unto itself, gambling trillions in risky financial instruments while expecting the public to bail it out. If a bank is too big to fail, that bank is too big to exist.
And the answer to that, Mark Halperin, is no. Hillary Clinton will not be saying anything like that. Nobody else will either, despite the fact
that is true.
There are a lot of people in the Republican and Democratic Party who agree with that.
On the left and the right. I mean, to me, the question, I agree with Chuck, only I think one person will probably emerge as her competition. You know, what is Bernie Sanders' ceiling in the Iowa caucuses? What is his ceiling in the New Hampshire primary?
What is it?
I think it's above 25. I'm not sure how high he can go, but if Hillary Clinton gets less than, 65% of the vote, people will wonder about her support within the party.
That was the next question. What's the Gene McCarthy standard? Gene McCarthy, for those at home, 1968, fared much better than expected in New Hampshire, damaged LBJ, who soon after announced that he wasn't going to be running for re-election. Pat Buchanan obviously hurt George H.W. Bush in New Hampshire the same way in 1992. So what's the number?
The trick for her is normally if you're a front runner and you're challenged by an insurgent, you attack them, right?
Right.
Hillary Clinton attacking Bernie Sanders, I think, is a tricky piece of business.
Well, why would Hillary Clinton attack Bernie Sanders?
Well,
why would she attack anybody?
Because of the fear of the Gene McCarthy example. This is something we were writing about yesterday. Where there is a point. This is the worst type of opponent for her. If she had somebody who was seen as a plausible alternative, this is no offense to meaning somebody that you actually thought could be the nominee,
or somebody who you could go to and say, "Hey, listen, play cool.
Yeah.
You know what? There's a great HHS. You can't play with Bernie.
No,
Bernie doesn't want to be HHS secretary.
And I think Sanders, you asked what the number is. I don't know. Is it north of 35? If he's flirting with 40 somewhere, then all of a sudden it is Gene McCarthy, and all of a sudden other Democrats go, "Wow, if she's struggling against Bernie Sanders, imagine if I were running against her."